Oh boy, we're live. Okay. Hi. I'm Logan. Welcome, friends, neighbors, countrymen, so on and so forth. Today we are going to be playing some Marvel Snap, which is my new addiction. It's not healthy. I did a little bit of calculations. There's this great site called snap.fam that'll tell you exactly how many matches you played. Calculations say that since I started playing this game, it's taken up around 10% of my life. So, what I'm saying is, this is a wonderful game that you should, under no circumstances, play. But if you do, I would really love it and I'd like to hear about it because I have invested a lot of myself into hoping that this game survives and does well. So, Marvel Snap, in case you haven't seen it before, it is a deck building game. Deck building games are kind of my favorite. Grew up playing the Pokemon card game, the Magic card game, which we do on this channel, and this is really stripped down deck building to its absolute barest bones in the most delicious way possible. Let me show you what deck we're going to start playing with today. We are going to start with a very standard deck called Ongoing Destroyer. Now, I do slightly care about my rank. I'm at rank 80. The best rank you can get that really matters is 100. We're probably not getting there today because we're going to play some dumb decks. But this is a good deck. So to give you a little bit more context before we start getting into the games, the goal is going to be to win 2 of 3 locations. Locations all have different effects that you'll see as we go through. I'll try and explain them all. And our goal is to have the most power at, 2 of these 3 locations. And we do that by playing down cards. Cards have a cost in the upper left, and they have power in the upper right, and they have an ability at the bottom for the most part. Though we might use a deck today that has cards with no abilities, which is really fun. Magic uses a 40 or 60 or 100 card deck. Our deck is 12 cards, and it is singletons. Each turn, you get 1 energy per turn. So 1 energy the first turn, 2 energy the second turn, 3 energy the third turn, so on and so forth. Generally, there are 6 turns to the game, although occasionally it will be 4 or 7, and I'll go over that when it comes up. So here are the cards that we are using. This is an Ongoing Destroyer deck. It's focused around these 2 cards at the top. Our big boy is Destroyer. He costs 6, so that's all the energy you can spend on the last turn. He has 16 power and an on-reveal effect of destroy all your other cards. For reference, this is a huge amount of power, and this effect is very, very bad. The rest of the cards in the deck are built around keeping him from actually destroying your cards. We've got 3 ways to do that. We've got Professor X, who will lock down a location so cards cannot be added or removed. And he's fairly weak for his 5 cost, but that's an incredibly powerful effect. You're going to get to see that. It's one of my favorite cards in the game because it is a nasty thing to do to anyone. We also have Armor, who keeps cards at his location from being destroyed. And we have Cosmo, who keeps on-reveal effects from happening. So we put Cosmo in our lane with Destroyer, or we put either Professor X or Armor in our lane with other cards, and we go to town. Our alternative win condition, if we think we can't win by dropping everything in one lane, is Spectrum. Spectrum also costs 6, so in most games we're playing Spectrum or Destroyer, but we can't do both. She has 5 power, which is way less than 16, but she gives all our ongoing cards plus 2 power. And every other card in here that's not Destroyer has an ongoing effect. The brief breakdown is Ant-Man. 1 cost, 1 power, adds 3 power. If we have the entire location full, you can only have 4 cards at a location. Mojo, he's a 2/2, which is a little below rate, but if you have 4 cards at the location and your opponent does, he gets real big. We have Colossus, who can't be destroyed, moved, or reduced. Great to put in a place where Destroyer is still going to get him. Mr. Fantastic gives us some reach because he's stretchy, so he can hit all of the adjacent locations with some extra power. Captain America, being the leader of the Avengers, powers up everyone else at his location. Warpath, one of the X-Men from the new X-Men series, that's the old comics from the 90s. New is kind of a misnomer here. Anyway, he wants us to keep one of the 3 locations empty, and if we do, he's got 9 power for 4, which is fantastic. Armor is a she. No, you are correct. I apologize. Definitely armor is a she. And lastly, we've got Iron Man, who will double the power at the location that he is at. So we are going to break in and we're going to start. Let's switch to our ongoing destroyer deck. And let's jump in and see what ugly things happen. All right. So we get our first location flipping up. Now, there are 3 locations revealed one at a time on the first 3 turns. No cards are revealed this turn. And you can see at the bottom, I have just 1 energy, no card in my hand, costs 1. We do have a solid grouping of a defensive option with armor and Iron Man to improve our area. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and end the turn since there's nothing we can play. We're going to reveal our next location. It's Hell's Kitchen. That'll draw us our Ant-Man. Fantastic. That'll help fill up a lane. And looking at what we have, we're going to armor the center so that we can Mr. Fantastic the center to get full use of him if that looks like the best option for us, which it probably will be. So we're going to drop armor here, and we're going to end the turn. Okay, my opponent has the Collector. That tells us they are probably going to be trying to add a bunch of different cards to their hand. We'll see those as we go through. I'm going to go ahead and select Mr. Fantastic. We'll drop him in, and we'll end the turn. Now, the third area was the Starlight Citadel, which will swap the locations of all of our locations at the end of turn 4. None of these do anything now that they've flipped up, so we don't really care. We are probably facing a Devil Dinosaur deck. Interesting. Let's put in Ant-Man here to give us a little bit more power in this location. And then let's Colossus here. If we draw our destroyer, we can keep Colossus alive through the destroyer, so that's going to work out just fine. We could also look at deciding to snap our opponent here. Now, this up here represents how many cubes you win or lose, which is our ladder rank. I don't know what we can do here. Yeah. So Agent 13 adds a card to their hand. Sentinel adds a card to their hand. Angela gets bigger every time you play another card to her location, which works great with Nightcrawler, who can move out, so they get a bonus from Angela twice. They should get a 9-power Angela, which is big. Collector gets bigger for every card they play. All right, we've got some decisions to make. We have 1 turn left in the game. We're on turn 5. And we have not found our destroyer. They can't double Dino because they haven't played Moon Girl. We have 3 cards left in our deck, so we have a 33% chance to draw Destroyer. If we do draw Destroyer next turn, our best play here is Iron Man. If we don't, our best play is to split things up probably with a Mojo and a Captain America, so that Spectrum can hit as many targets as possible. Doesn't look like we're going to win the right-hand side easily. I'm going to go on the 33%er and drop Iron Man here because it should guarantee us a win in both locations. If we can get the 33%. So here's the big payoff for their deck besides Collector. It is Devil Dinosaur. Hey, we got our Destroyer! Devil Dinosaur gets 2 power for each card in their hand, and all of these cards, like Sentinel and Agent 13, we're adding cards back into their hand, meaning their hand's full, and Devil Dino is huge. All right. So here's the question. We're going to play Destroyer. Do we play it left or right? They're probably going to be playing America Chavez. They cannot, in any case, win the center. But where we choose to play and where they choose to play will determine who wins this game. Do they think their Devil Dinosaur is big enough to win? If they do, then we can't play. Then we play on that side. If they know I've got something bigger, then they might try and shore it up. And I doubt they try and go center. So this is really a guess. Is my opponent thinking 1 level ahead, Devil Dinosaur is not enough, 0 levels, he is enough, or 3 levels, I know that they know? We're going to go right. Okay, so they split up their costs. Jubilee cost 4. I can't do math. Okay, so interesting. This is a great example of this is a great example of the one and only tiebreaker in Marvel Snap, because we won that. Now, usually you have to win 2 locations to win. And as you can see, there's these handy glowing gold things that show you who won which location. But this was a total tie. However, when we look at the other locations, there's 18 power here and 5 on my side. And this is 18 and 4. Since I have more total power, I'm up by 14. They're up by 13. I won the game for 2 cubes. We collect our reward, which is 2 cubes towards our next track, as well as boosters so that we can make our armor look even prettier. I'm just going to take a brief pause here. All right, so we did the thing. Yeah, no, we won that by literally 1 point. That was as close as it could be. So Marvel Snap is a free-to-play game, which of course means that it has different kinds of currencies. There are 3 of those. One is those boosters that I mentioned. One is credits, which we currently have 0 of, and one is gold, which is the fancy one. We finished a mission of playing a 1-cost card. So we get 50 credits, which we can use to upgrade cards. We get new missions every 8 hours. Do I check every 8 hours? I'm not answering that question. We can then use those to upgrade our cards. For instance, I'm going to upgrade this Nakia for 25 credits and 5 boosters. And not only does my Nakia look nicer, but my collection level goes up. And the collection level gives me a few little things, but also collector's reserves, or much, much further down, just free cards. And these collector's reserves include cards. So the way you get new cards is by playing the game, which gives you boosters just from playing, and then getting credits, mostly from finishing missions, or turning gold into credits. Gold comes more rarely in missions, and then you can use it to buy here. You can see I actually did buy some credits earlier because I was like, I've got 6 cards left. I really wanted to pull another card for y'all today. And that is an idea. Generally, buying gold is not worth it, but gosh dang it, there are so many pretty variants. Sometimes you just can't help yourself. All right, we won our first game. Ongoing Destroyer is one of the most powerful decks in the meta, so we should win some games with it. And then when we get tired of being good, we will go play a bad deck. So let's launch in again. Okay. Now this person's deck back shows that they hit Infinite before, so they've been playing for a long time. We've got no turn 1 play. The hub gave us a random Daredevil, who allows us to watch what my opponent plays on turn 5 before we play. If we happen to draw our Professor X, that is a really hard combo, because Daredevil will tell us, oh no. Okay, so Marvel Snap, infinite reference to the Infinity Stones, yes. Marvel Snap is a game that it has a lot of variants, and this is one of those weird variant things. Both players draw from their opponent's decks. So I'm not going to get to play my own cards beyond what's in my hand, and they look to be playing a Patriot deck because otherwise Cyclops is garbage. So what I've got to work with is what's here. Luckily Weird World doesn't come up too much. Let's just drop Mojo left, and let's see what happens. There was a good argument for playing Daredevil there instead. But that's a very good reason not to play into Murder World, because this turn everything at Murder World will be destroyed. Let's center our Mr. Fantastic to get maximum power out of it. Okay, Brood. So our opponent is playing Patriot, who makes all cards without abilities, like these that they keep giving me, bigger. The Broodlings from Brood also have that. So the big question is, did they have Patriot before Weird World went off? I hope they didn't, because that will make this somewhat easier. Let's buff up. This is actually our one chance to get Daredevil into play. Let's do Daredevil Misty Knight here, so that we'll be able to see their next play before they play.
It's clobbering time.
Ooh, that is a cool thing variant. I'm going to give them a little star emote because I think it's pretty. This is an interesting Patriot deck they've built with Sarah, who makes the cards in their hand cost less. Okay, they're playing Magic. Magic's going to give us a 7th turn to this game. With 7 turns on the game, let's put Sarah in the center. Ooh, and they snapped me. They're going to double the cubes. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Like, they might have my Destroyer, but they might not have their payoffs. And they might not have my things to protect Destroyer either. I'm really kind of torn on whether that was a good idea for them or not. And important to notice, they did not get rid of Weird World. Oh, hello. And not getting rid of Weird Worlds means that we're going to keep playing. Magic turns the location into something else, so they could have turned Weird World into a less painful thing. We got a cool combo from them. We can use our Iron Man, and then Mystique can copy that. We might hold that for a later turn. No, let's drop it here. They do not have a way to remove this ability. This sets us up the best use of our energy. All right, God bless.
Avengers! Assemble.
Sarah's kind of like Sarah Angel. If they Professor X'd us on the right, so they more or less instantly win that. We can Mystique here to double our power, but they certainly have something that can get them from 9 to 16. That means that this makes retreating the better part of valor. We're going to lose those 2 cubes that we got in the last game, but if we'd stayed in, we would have lost 4 cubes. One of the interesting design decisions on this game is the use of escaped as a positive, right? It didn't make me feel bad. It didn't give me a red defeat. It's like, you escaped. Congratulations. You made the right call. In a lot of ways, Marvel Snap is like heads-up poker. You're going to fold a lot of hands if you're playing to win, aka playing sweaty. And it's not as exciting as going all the way through, but it is technically correct. Anyway, I was going to say, interesting story about Sarah. Sarah was originally made for the Spawn comic. Name of the guy that does that temporarily escaped me, but kind of a jerk. However, Neil Gaiman was the actual creator of the Sarah character. He got in a big fight with Todd McFarlane, the name of the guy that came up with Spawn, and ended up selling the rights to Sarah to Marvel. So Sarah is kind of Angel based for the Sarah Angel question that came up in chat, and has an interesting history. Doesn't always hang out in the Marvel universe, but she's very cool. And as a creation of Neil Gaiman, you have to respect it. All right. Let's see what we got this time. Thanks, Sebastian. I've been playing since the beta. I wasn't actually invited to the beta. I just sideloaded it and pretended to be Filipino for like 3 months. I am 7 cards away from completing my collection. All right. They have priority here, which is important. Their name is in gold. If they didn't have priority, we would have a super easy snap here because armoring their Deadpool is dumb. We're going to go for it anyway. At 500, 1 week only, subbed, and 140 infinity. Dang, man, you have been playing a lot. That's intense even by my very intense standards. Congratulations. It's a beautiful game. It's super addictive. It's not healthy, but I love it. Yeah, basically nonstop. All right. Mr. Fantastic is the obvious thing to put in the middle. With only one more slot there. Hopefully this works out and we don't get overpowered, but totally locking down their Deadpool is a huge win. Yeah, I totally get the anxiety thing. It's easy to kind of just like get into a snapping mindset, and it's like what's the best example? It's like TikTok. Oh crap! Only one more card can be played there. Okay, I guess we are dropping our Mojo Center. Yeah, it's kind of like TikTok, where it just goes so fast. It's easy to just get lost in it. I'm going to be showing off a ton of new weird builds over the next few hours, Sebastian. So tune in. It's cool that you've got to 500 already. The way this game is set up, you should get about 100 cards in your first month of playing. And then after that, you get roughly 10 cards a month if you're free to play. So you totally finish a collection in about 5 months, the way things are set up right now. All right, we are going to split our odds here. We're going to Captain America to the right. He will add a total of 4 power. And we're going to Colossus left because he doesn't get hit with the Necrosha -2 power ability. We are certainly destroying this side on the last turn, so it doesn't actually matter what we're doing with Captain America. It's just kind of a gimme. Oh, that's interesting though. That's very interesting. Okay. That lone Venom makes me very, very nervous. Because a thing that they could be doing here... Oh, they didn't have it. They retreat. Gosh, 44 on the Black Panther monthly? Yeah, so one of the things that could have happened here is they could have Zola'd this Venom, I will pull up Zola and show it to you because this was concerning for me, and it's something to watch out for as you're digging into Pool 3. Hey, we won a match. Yeah, I play a ton. I'm on 15 on the season pass. I believe, you know what? I'm going to follow a good rule. I don't know if the servers are differentiated between regions, so I'm not going to say either way. There is a great Marvel Snap Discord that probably has an answer. Haven't dug into it. All right, so let's go look at Zola. And another good tip here, you can turn off all variants to get through your collection faster. So one of the cards they definitely could have had was Arnim Zola, who destroys a random card at this location and adds copies to the other locations. So that 20 power Venom could have been destroyed where it was and dropped at the other 2 locations, in which case I was effectively screwed. So I'm glad they didn't have it and retreated. Other cards you're fairly likely to see at the top end of destroy decks include Death, who costs less for everything you've destroyed. So normally you couldn't cast Death, but you can if you've destroyed a few cards. And recently, the big new tech people have been doing is using Magneto, who can move 3 and 4 cost cards, and Arrow, who moves all the played cards, in combination with Death and where is Wave, who sets all card costs to 4. Death then gets reduced after that. They can play 2 cards, choosing where you play because of Arrow, and it's really painful. One of the things they do in matchmaking, Sebastian, is they will match you based on the cards you have. So if you are in Pool 2, if you're early on, you're probably not going to play someone like me until you've gotten a lot more cards, or until you've gotten to a very, very high rank, then you can start meeting people. But if you are EU, then we're not going to run into it. Maybe I do believe that is correct. I seem to remember someone saying that that was an incoming thing. All right, we got Mysterio. This is interesting. We've got a weird set of locations here. So Mysterio, one of these has 5 power. The others, useless. Oscorp Tower is going to send this one to my side. Bifrost is going to push everything one to the right. But Diablo Space is going to trigger first and stop one of these 2 from happening. Ooh, boy. We've got armor. We've got 3 energy. If we Mr. Fantastic, this hits Oscorp's tower, then next turn we'll get pushed middle, which is what we want. Let's go for it. Oh yeah, Friend Games, I believe they've said end of year Friend Games will be out. Dang it! Okay, and I now know that this is not the real Mysterio because the real one would not have this wibbly about it. All right. Let's Cosmo over here. We're in an interesting place. Goose keeps 4, 5, and 6 costs from going here. Cosmo will protect me from Destroyer blowing my end of stuff. Let's do this. Let's see if we regret it. Important to know, I don't know what their deck is yet. Yeah, end of year, I don't know, man. To me, time goes so fast. It's like, yeah, that's no time at all. I'm old though. That just happens when you get old. All right, we don't have our Destroyer. We're 25% chance to draw Destroyer. I don't know. Yeah, 27. Add like 6 to that, and that's where I'm at. I'm also excited to play my friends. My brother is on this channel. Let's just do this. My brother is on this channel as well. He streams sometimes, and he'll probably beat the crap out of me because he's very good at games, but you never know. It'll be interesting to see. Okay, they dropped Sarah. So they are a Sarah Miracle deck. Their whole thing is putting as much power as possible into play on the last turn. Okay. Can we win this? We didn't draw our destroyer, so I don't think that I can win this. Well, I guess they thought they couldn't win it. So this is actually kind of an interesting thing about this game. And let's talk about this and metagames. Because they 100% had the ability to beat me here, and I knew it. But they knew what my deck was, because it's very common. This is a common deck at high ranks. And they knew that I should have the power to put in a destroyer. Technically speaking, you will have the turn 2 Longshot Snaps, yeah. Dang, you lost a fortune? Was it crypto? Tell me it was crypto. Anyway, so interesting thing about metagames here. Every card game has a metagame, a group of decks that everybody plays. Oh yeah, stock market has also not been great. Hopefully they'll both pick back up, like eventually. And one of the common things is that there will be a best deck, and one of the best decks is Destroyer. So my opponent knows what I'm playing, and that means they know what I can do. And they looked at this board and they're like, okay, he's going to add 16 power to the middle. Can I beat that while also adding probably 14 more power to this side? And they said, no, they can't do it, even though I didn't have it. So I'm more predictable, but I can also be more threatening. It's an interesting dynamic to see how it shakes out. Money can do that. It can be dangerous to have money. I myself do not struggle with that because I have no money. All right, 2 raptors on each side from the Savage Land. We've got Armor, Destroyer, Captain America, Cosmo. Honestly, I could probably snap this hand from here, but let's give it a turn. It has been interesting playing this in the beta that I've seen so many people with like the same names coming up over and over again. Because there wasn't that many of us. Now there's lots of people. Alright, so if we armor the Murder World will not go off on armor because she protects all the cards there. And I like playing in the center for reasons that are probably mostly in my brain. Snap released October 18th, and ever since then I've been trying to get everyone I know to play it because misery loves company. I'm not really sure. Murder World is, if I remember right, the lair of a villain called Arcade, who is not in the game yet. Alright, we got a solid cap here. Ooh, I don't know what deck they are. Maybe we just Cosmo over here to turn off anyone using Karmatage, because I can't double ongoing effects effectively, so nobody can have it. And I'm more incentivized to Destroyer right than left because of their Sunspot. So let's Cosmo this turn, in case we can catch some shenanigans. Ooh, we caught some shenanigans. We didn't have... Gross. That's super gross. We've abandoned the left. We're not winning left. We didn't have priority, so they went first. But there we go. We have now locked that location down. They're going to be sad boys, or girls, or non-binary pals. So we'll drop these two in the middle. Turn 5, we'll follow that up with Iron Man to make this gross. Destroyer here 6.
Oh, snap.
Since we turned off Carmitage, I feel pretty good snapping this. Famous last words.
Avengers!
Are they doing Wong here? Okay, Jubilee. So they're probably yeah, they're a Mr. Negative deck. That's definitely what's up. They have not drawn their Mr. Negative. We got this. They could be using... Yeah, they could be using... what could they be using? Magic would be kind of a pain in the butt.
Iron Man.
Okay, Devil Dinosaur's real. He is real and real big. I could lose this very easily. Just depends what they decide to do. If I was them, I would 100% be adding more power to the right. Because they should know that I can't, with my deck, beat them on the left and the middle's full. Yeah, Devil Dinosaur, just because its power is low and its cost is high, and then it gets a bonus, right? So it's normally 3, so Mr. Negative can use it as a 3/5 that grows. That's pretty good. Sebastian, when you get to... we're going to do it. We're going to risk 4 cubes because we're idiots. Yeah.
Iron Man.
That's the nasty stuff. We knew it was going to happen. We did it anyway. This is why I haven't got to Infinite yet this season. I just have such a hard time retreating all the time. And there, I got the red defeat that told me, yeah, you done messed up. Yeah, when you get to Pool 3, it's awkward. My first season in Pool 3 was the first season I didn't get to Infinite. And then the season after, I could get to Infinite again. You just get thrown in the deep end. There's a bunch of stuff you don't know. Hey, but you know what? We completed a mission, and we're gonna say that's what matters. Let's run this back. So this actually isn't my favorite kind of deck. It's very straightforward. Okay, we've got Destroyer. We've got other cards. We just need a way to keep Destroyer from blowing up our other cards. Alternatively, it could be a Spectrum game, but honestly, this deck does not utilize Spectrum that well. You want more low-cost ongoing. Ooh, a piece of candy. Yeah, okay, so now we're going to snap because we just get to drop Destroyer now, and it's funny. They dropped Uatu, which means they knew what this was. Uatu lets you see all the locations. So I'm going to trust them that there's something good over here and play my Destroyer into it. Ah, it's so addicting. And it's honestly got great balance. Like, it's been interesting playing since the beta and watching the updates. Okay. Okay. They're a discard deck? Yeah, turn 2 Destroyer seems pretty good. Oh, and Wakanda's over there. That's genius. We love everything about that. There are cards, specifically one called Shang-Chi, that can destroy my Destroyer, but not if we're in Wakanda, baby. Yeah, we've got this game not entirely locked down. We could still lose, but Warpath's going to be big. We're going to follow that up with Professor X so they can't cheat more power in here. And then next turn we'll add Colossus in America to Wakanda. If we're very, very lucky, we will also draw... this is concerning. Not that concerning. Okay, so with this information in mind, we're going to Spectrum to the right because that will give a boost here. Nah, they're out of here.
Victory.
They're out of here. They did the correct thing, which was to retreat. Good job, opponent. This is also why it's important to snap early in a game, because if you snap late, everybody can tell what the heck you're trying to do, and they'll just retreat, and you only get 1 cube. If you snap early, then you at least get 2 cubes when they decide they need to leave. All right. That was some good winning. I feel good about winning. Let's lose some. So we're going to change decks. Let's go with, give me a second. We are going to pull up a different deck. Since we just saw a discard deck, let's use a discard deck. This is a new list that's kind of been going around the internet, and I played with it some last night. I think it's interesting. It's a little bit heavy on pool 3 cards, so it's going to take a while to build Sebastian, but it's worth trying. Yeah, discard dog. All right, so what is our payoff here? What are we trying to do? Our big cards are Lockjaw. He will replace, every card we play to his location with 1 in the deck. So the effect goes off if it has 1. It's shuffled in, we get a new random card. Then our other payoffs are Dracula, who will discard a card from our hand at the end of the game and then get its power. Apocalypse. Yes, I'm bragging. I've done so much work to get all these cards. Apocalypse, every time it's discarded, it goes back. And Morbius gets power for every time we've discarded it. The rest of these cards, like Blade, ooh, Romania. So this is on point for you. There's some great Dracula variants, but this one's good. I love his ponytail. So everything in here discards, benefits from discarding, or is Lockjaw with America Chavez at the end. Yes, you have defeated me in ranking, and tell you what, we're probably not going to gain ranks with this deck. So maybe you should be telling me what to play. I don't know. The cool thing about America in deck like this is that she effectively reduces our deck size to 11 for the first 5 turns of the game, because we cannot draw her until turn 6. That means we're more likely to get important cards like Apocalypse and Lockjaw into our hand early. So let's jump to discard dog, and let's hopefully not discard the dog. Okay. This hand's not bad. It just got much better when we drew Apocalypse. But we also have one of the weird things. Yeah, we have one of the weird things about Marvel Snap, which is it's okay to not play on curve. And we are not going to play on curve, because we could play our Colleen, who will discard a card from our hand, and it would be Moon Knight or Lockjaw, because she takes the lowest. I don't want to do that. And so I'm going to wait, and I am not going to play Colleen until I've played Lockjaw to Muir Island and Dracula to Sinister London. So we're not going to be playing any cards till turn 3, and we're not going to be discarding anything until turn 5. Here's our Lockjaw. And we still have a very good chance of winning this game. Dracula is amazing with Apocalypse. Interesting. Wonder what they're doing. Probably, yeah. This is going to be like a Khazar Swarm deck. I think we can beat this. So, Dracula, because it takes a power from a card in your hand at the end of the game, we want to discard everything but Apocalypse and just keep discarding Apocalypse over and over and over again. And then both Draculas that we get here. Oh, opponent, why? You're such a jerk. No. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine here. Sandman makes it so each player can only play one card a turn. That is really punishing for someone who just skipped the first 3 turns of the game, effectively. It's fine. We can Hellcow Sinister London to discard 4 cards. That seems pretty decent. Yep, their stuff is big. We discarded Apocalypse. It came back bigger. We discarded Lady Sif, Blade, and Moon Knight. Great. That was absolutely just great. All right. We can play 1 card. The card we need to play is Colleen Wing. He'll discard 1 of these and then get transformed into something else. Hopefully something else that discards cards. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. She discarded our Apocalypse. That's good. Oh no. This is very bad. Okay. Dracula discarded Apocalypse and takes the energy. And we still lost. I told you we were going to lose ranks with this deck. We did everything we wanted to do effectively, and we still just got utterly rinsed off. But look at these big Draculas. They're big. And the boy fetched some more things, but it wasn't what we wanted. Oh, that's a weird bug. This is definitely Swarm. Colleen was what we discarded into the deck. Yeah, that Sandman was that was pretty brutal. They actually added Sandman to Pool 2 from Pool 3 because it's so good at disrupting crap like what I'm doing right now. Pool 2 is really cleverly designed to give you like as many cards as possible to combat anything that you could run into. It doesn't have the best stuff to build your own deck, like really cool, but it has everything you need to defend yourself from other decks. I think that was clever design. All right. Famed superhero Dracula, yeah. Morbius is going to be our boy this game. +2 power for each time I've discarded a card. He's going to get big. We're going to put him in the Baxter building because he is going to give us +3 power if we're winning that location. Okoye. So Okoye tells me we probably doing a... It is Morbin time. Sebastian, thank you for showing up. We will have the VOD up later for some other decks that we're going to play. And, give us a follow. I hope we see you again. All right. We're going to play Lockjaw Center, Dracula right into Kiln, and then we're going to start doing our discard thing. So Kiln, we can't play cards here after turn 4. Ooh, okay. So we're playing against a Black Panther deck. Almost for sure. Remember that trick that I told you about with Arnim Zola? They probably are going to be doing something like that. Okay. What is the best set of discards we can get here? Hellcow and Blade. I feel solid about this. This will give us a minimum of 3 discards. Hitting Swarm will give us copies of Swarm, which will be kind of fun. And there is a really great Morbius variant that has him like as a chibi drinking blood out of a vial. It's amazing. Yep. There's that Black Panther. So it gets doubled twice. And then if they Zola, it will get to blow up and double 2 more times. So do they have the Zola? Great question. We have a big Morby boy.
Wind, aid my hand.
Storm coming down to that location kind of hurts our opponent because now the Arnhem Zola is not a sure thing.
Opponent snapped.
They feel good about it though. Oh no, man. So our best play here is to play our 3 swarms into the Baxter building. And then Dracula will get +6 from Swordmaster. If they woof on their Arnhem Zola play, we win. If they hit it, we lose. We have a 33% chance to win here because Arnhem Zola gets to hit 2 targets. We really should retreat. And I'm telling you that because that is what a smart person would do. But we're not going to. Oh, Doom? That's all? Oh, double Doom. Crap. That was close. This deck is, I'm going to say, inconsistent, and it really, really, really wants you to actually play intelligently with your retreats. Retreating and snapping is so important. It's probably why it's in the game title. All right. Let's give this another run back. Captain Salame. Definitely not Ultron. I don't know if I believe him. Has anybody seen the Black Panther movie yet? Speaking of Black Panther. Ooh, I like this hand. This is a good start. I've heard mixed things. I probably will not see it myself until next week. I've convinced our CFO that we should go watch it as a team building activity. He's a soft touch. Nice. We will talk about it after next week. We'll have to like spoiler the chat or something. Oh wow, look at this. Man. So when you level up a card enough, you get stuff like this, and wow, it's not a better card, it's just pretty. Let's give him a little happy emote. Luke's bar is interesting for us. Whenever you play a card here, return it to your hand. Theoretically, unlikely, but theoretically, we could fill our hand up with enough swarms that we could fail to bounce things in. Otherwise, we don't get power here, and I hope that's not the real Mysterio, because this deck does not spread power that well. All right, let's lockjaw here. Okay, well, that wasn't the real Mysterio, because Carnage ate it. Do we Hellcow in the center just so that we can get a little bit more power here before it locks down Kiln? I think so. That still gives us next turn to drop some stuff onto Lockjaw. Ooh, yeah, Hellcow. Those were good hits, buddy. I appreciate the work you do, friend. All right. Time to get silly. We still haven't found our Dracula. We can't play into Luke's bar. Rescue is going to be 9 power when they play something in here. These things are all negatives. But we are going to Lady Sif, Swarm, and Blade here for a whole bunch of discards to get a big old Apocalypse that we can play on the last turn. Oh wait, except we couldn't play it anywhere if we play this Swarm down, because life is pain. And we can't play into Luke's bar and Kiln. They're both locked. Fine, we'll just do this. Hellcow does go Mew. friend of mine asked me to build a Hell Cow double dinosaur deck just because they wanted all the evil animals together, but it doesn't work at all. Oh, we got some hot discard power tonight. Can we get Dracula? No, we got Lady Sif. We have a very big man. And they're out.
Victory.
Hey, look. The discard dog won a game. That made back one of the 8 cubes it lost us. Yeah, Hell Cow and Devil Dinosaur are literally the opposite of synergy, anti-synergy. I don't think it would be good. Alright. We're going to give this a few more games, and I'm going to switch to a deck that I actually like. Although the secret is, I think this deck is adorable. It's just not very good. Ooh, Ebony Maw. So Ebony Maw keeps them from playing cards here, but it's obviously huge for 7. Now, Strange Academy is a great pickup for them. Turn 5, all the cards there move to random locations, so they can theoretically push more power in here. Once again, I'm putting my good card Morbius into the Baxter building to get a power boost if I'm winning this location. Ant-Man. Alright. So I think we know what this deck is. Interesting. This deck...
Opponent snapped.
You're snapping me? You come into my house and snap me? So this deck is probably an ongoing deck that is just using Spectrum as the top end. We're gonna go ahead and Moon Knight the center. That's gonna make us each discard. If we discard Dracula, I am big sad. If we discard anything else, I'm okay with it. No! You son of a... Yeah, fine. No, that's cool. Cosmo flipped up first and kept my on-reveal ability from happening. Good job, opponent. Warpath does make it more likely to actually just be a destroyer variant. Warpath usually doesn't make it into just pure Spectrum builds. So, can anticipate 16 power left, very possibly. We don't love that. Let's see what we can get here, though. Now that we're in for 2 cubes. Weird flex, but okay. Like to see it. Don't hate that. And we know our last draw is... We know our last draw is... America. All right. So we are behind on the Baxter building. We can go up to 12 power by playing Apocalypse there. But that does mean that we don't beat Destroyer if they move their Nightcrawler out. If they get their Destroyer in here, all their other areas go up by 3 plus 4. Technically, no, it's not active yet. So we are looking at 7 here and 8 plus 7 there, 15 there. So if we Chavez, Swarm, Yeah, if I bet wrong on this, I'm kind of messed up. No, dang it! We ran out of time. Well, that was a weird decision, but that will beat me. Anyway, there's a time limit on this game. And we have now lost 2 ranks since we started streaming, which means it is... Oh, I'll show you the time limit next time it comes up. Let's switch to a deck that I like. We are going to do my favorite kind of deck, which is a Be a Jerk to Your Opponent deck. Yeah, it's a turn timer like in chess. Alright, so this is my favorite kind of deck. This is a deck I stole from a streamer named Jeff Hoagland. I think I changed like 1 card in it, but mostly kept it as is. And this deck is all about telling your opponent what they can and can't do. So we've got Hood. He's got -2 power, which is bad, but when you summon him, you get a demon in your hand, which is very good. To connect with that, we've got Viper, who gives your opponent control of one of the cards at your location. So Hood into Viper means they get a -2 and you get a demon. We've got Angela, who is just a big stat stick. Nightcrawler, who lets us move around, pump up our Angela, and push into places that are hard to get to. Nightcrawler's great for those hard to reach places. Green Goblin, 3 power for, or 3 energy for -3 power, which would be terrible, except it's given to your opponent. It's another great thing where Angela gets a 2 power bonus for playing it, and then it doesn't stay in your lane. Big Juggernaut. We'll probably be doing the Juggernaut meme when we play this. Whatever your opponent played at Juggernaut's location that turn gets pushed somewhere else. Kingpin. Whenever a card moves to his location on turn 6, we destroy it, which we can combo with our Juggernaut, our Polaris, who moves a 1 or 2 cost card to the location you play her, and our Arrow, who moves all the cards your opponent plays to that location. So if you play Kingpin on 3, 4, 5, and then Arrow on 6, their turn 6 plays all get blown up by Kingpin. And then to round it out, we have Rescue, who we just saw from our opponent. She gets big. Miles Morales, who is kind of bad for his cost, but his cost goes to 1 if something moves, and we've got 3 or 4 different ways to move things. And Captain Marvel, my favorite girl, who will move to whatever location will win us the game at the end, if possible. So she combos great with Rescue, because Rescue's like, hey, you have to play at my location. Captain Marvel can play there and then still go wherever the heck she wants at the end of the game. Makes us a little unconventional. So unlike our last 2 decks, this does not put a ton of power on the field. Instead, it tries to keep our opponent off balance and keep them from getting their big power. Yeah, it's a really fun deck. I like it a lot. All right. So we're looking Isle of Silence. I don't have any ongoing effects, so I don't care, but it's a good thing to pay attention to. We are going to Hood an unrevealed location, and then next turn we'll probably Angela Nightcrawler. Let's play Hood over here. Hey! Insert Spider-Man meme. Alright. Angela here. The Hood is used in a ton of different decks, so it's hard to say exactly... I'm so glad they added it. It's like the best. Huh. Well, that honestly kind of wrecks us. That wasn't good at all. The Peak flips the power and cost of all our cards, so they're all cost more and they're weaker. Let's pull their Hood to the Angela location. That way there's fewer cards they can put there to power up their Angela. No! They ate it first. It's fine. It still fills up an Angela location. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Yeah! Woo! Okay, so what just happened? The X Mansion gets each player a random card on turn 3. We got the Infinite. They got Gambit, who discarded a card from their hand and blew up our negative card. Even though our hand now sucks, we're going to snap them because that was hilarious. Yeah, and they're out.
Victory.
See, you just have to play. You just have to play well. That's all it is to it. There's no luck in this game. This is all totally fine. I personally wouldn't worry about it. They were going to leave anyway, but snapping there was kind of just a rub-ins. Ooh, Murder World. All right, so we're not going to play anything there. Yeah, no, our opponent was actually just really bad. That's what happened there. So here's just one of the fun little things with Viper. There's locations like the Savage Land that just give these garbage cards that make your life sad. And now our life is a little happier, and our opponent's life is a little more sad. Because they get 3 raptors, and we only have 1. I'm just giving that way, chat. You can have more raptors. Huh. All right. How are we going to live our life here? Hey, Crowfoot. Good to see you. The hard question here is, do we Kingpin or Angela to the right? Kingpin is more efficient, but Angela sets us up for like a rescue Captain Marvel for a little bit more power. You know what? Let's do the Kingpin and then rescue Captain Marvel. Try and show them that this location is a dumb place to be. And then at the end of the game, we can arrow their stuff in here and make them sad. Alternatively, let's wait. We can use Polaris to pull their Psylocke into the Savage Lands and just totally lock them out of that location. But we can pause on that. Oof. Devilly Dino. Alright. So we're going to Polaris the center. Angela here. And then we'll see what the next turn brings. How is the Magic tournament going, Crowfoot? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Opponent snapped.
You're snapping me here, bud. Because here's what I can do. Spider-Man, cheaper because we move something with Polaris, sits here, beats the White Tiger. Arrow will pull anything they decide to play on this lane over here, so we guaranteed win 2 lanes. If they have Doctor Doom, they beat us left, which kind of sucks. I'm willing to go for it. In fact, I'm confident.
I am Iron Man.
Yeah, doesn't do anything. They definitely win the right, but now we win just left and center.
Victory.
Right? The O-Snap is so sassy. It's... Yeah, hey, we just gained back all the cubes we lost from, well, some of the cubes we lost from playing the dog discard deck. All right. So our small question here is, do we hood or do we wait for Angela to hood? I think we just hood in a different path than Angela and hope we get something to mitigate it later, or we just abandon that location. Well, heck. Adelan is interesting. After turn 3, shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 3 cards. So we just want to be playing out as much as we can so that we're not losing effectively card advantage. Craven tells us they are a movement deck. Really? Death's Domain? We played that into Death's Domain? Oh, well, let's Kingpin here. I think that's what I would most like to do. I don't know. This movement deck is fine, I guess. All right. Kingpin always plays the long game, so if a card moves on turn 6 to its location, it gets stomped. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do that. For now, we're going to play a fun little game, which is play my Viper here. Viper will die, but it is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And I'm going to Nightcrawler here. Yeah, capitalism, right? Makes me a sad boy. Makes me a very sad boy. Kingpin is the worst. Interesting. So we have our Arrow, who can pull people into Kingpin on the last turn. We Marvel Center, because Marvel will go wherever she wants, and you get to hear her great voice line. Yeah, no, the stomp effect is like the most landlordy thing absolutely possible, which is why I hope you get to see it. No, opponent. Don't move stuff now. Move it later. Wow. Opponent with big brain plays. All right. That was really great. Their Iron Fist kicked the Hobgoblin into my location. So I think we're giving up the center. But yeah, they can't win this. Because I get to Arrow here, so anything else they want to play gets pulled in here, where it gets mushed. Captain Marvel can fly over wherever she needs to go. We were in fairly decent shape just based off that, and being a move deck and unable to move on turn 6 kind of sucks. So we can thank Kingpin's passive capitalist danger for saving us from that. It's just such a scummy guy. Ooh, the Space Throne. All right, so this is a weird location. Only one card can be here for each player. And we are going to generously donate a Green Goblin to our opponent on turn 3. So we're just going to snap them now so they don't necessarily know. Though I would guess if they don't have an answer to this, they might just peace out. Okay. They're up for it. Jotunheim makes the hood even sadder than he normally would be. This is a location that I'm not a huge fan of. Playing there early is sad. Luckily, later we will be able to start big jugging, and with their space throne about to be full of green goblins, all their stuff will get pushed to Jotunheim where it will shrink. And they're a move deck again. Different opponent. Ooh. Nidavellir. Ready? It's the meanest thing you can do in Marvel Snap. If they just happen to play something on turn 3 to the same space, because I snapped on turn 1, I'm going to be so sad. I'll have been absolutely gotten. Okay. Okay. There is effectively nothing they can do now. Ooh, and Spider-Man costs less. And you get to have my hood later. Oh. I am, I believe, I'm a giving partner. I think that's what it is. I just love to give. I gave them a green goblin. I'm going to give them a hood that's going to be at something like -5. Life is good. Oh. Good on them. Cloak will allow them to pull the Gobbo out of the Space Throne, so we actually have to fight for it. That is so sad. That is so sad. Let's see. What are we going to do with our life? We need to play something to Nidavellir in order to get our rescue bigger. And we probably want to Viper this turn. So then it's Kingpin or Big Jugs. I feel like Kingpin's not good there, so let's Big Jugs. And then Viper to give them our hood. Yep, and they chose not to do the Green Goblin thing because, I don't know, we're dumb, I guess. Here, I have something for you. Okay. We're kind of on the do this for science camp, I think. If we Kingpin here, will it kill their crap if they choose to move it there? It doesn't matter, they're out.
Victory.
Because I know if you have second priority in your reveal Kingpin, it does not kill things, but if I think you have first priority, it might. Anyway, I love this deck. This deck is good. There's a lot of science you have to do in this game, maybe, because all the cards have very simple elemental text on them. It's just super clean text, which means there's room for misinterpretation. Okay. So you've got to sometimes test things and find out if they actually work the way you want them to. Sakaar pulled down our arrow. And they're sinister. We technically got the better end of that deal, but I do like saving my arrow for later. It's possible playing Nightcrawler here is wrong. Oh. Opponent, I have a present for you. I have a present for you, opponent. I want you to take this. Please take my hood. Also, it looks like our opponent is probably Cerebro 2. They don't play that well into Sanctum. We should be able to play better into it. And they're a little bit space starved, so having Hood fill up one of their spaces is kind of mean to them. We can't play Rescue there. That's good to remember. 4, 5, and 6 cards only. Can't be played. So I guess we Rescue on this side. Both of us have a Nightcrawler that can move. I already snapped him.
Wind, aid my hand.
Storming the Big Trick House is a choice that you're allowed to make.
Opponent snapped.
Really? You really are feeling that good about things? Huh. There is some argument that we should... Angela... that we should not Juggernaut here, which is usually what I would do. Because we don't want to give them the opportunity to get things pushed into Sanctum Sanctorum. Let's do it anyway. I'm curious how they'll handle it. Yeah, bad plan on my part. Nightcrawler. Oh, we can't play our Captain Marvel down. We messed up. Last turn should have just been Captain Marvel and abandoned this side. Okay, what's the most they could add here? It doesn't matter because we can't get our Captain Marvel down. Yep, nope, I deserved that.
Escape.
I played dumb. This deck is very demanding of you to play correctly. One of the nice things about games being so short is that you really can start to get the feeling for just, yeah, it's going to be fine. Losing a single game is not a big deal. All right, so miniaturized lab, we're going to be locked out of for a while. We could play Nightcrawler down, but if we wait a turn, we can play Nightcrawler in front of Angela, which means Angela will get extra spaces to own. I could Viper left for stats, since I don't have the combo piece in my hand. Let's do it. Everything else can start getting built in a minute. Looks like our opponent played something there as well. Mura, okay. Ouch. They got the better side of that. Oh, look. And there's our combo with the Viper that we put over there. Some days you're the statue, some days you're the pigeon. Is this the same person we played? Because they're playing the same deck. Green Goblin's gonna hurt them here. Use is interesting, right? Nobody can play 4, 5, or 6 cross cards to that location. And they mostly don't play any of those. So they get some great benefit off of it. I think we're moving and arrowing here because I bet they're going to fill this in no matter what. And so arrow won't be effective next turn, so we may as well get her down right now. Viper doesn't do any viping. Viper is just like, you know, super willing to help everybody out by giving them the crap that you don't want. All right. So we are effectively abandoning center. The cards that they could have are Cerebro and Mystique would be the worst case scenario. Cerebro Mystique would add 4 more power to everything that currently has a power of 3. So we'll add 12 more power here to go to 19. So playing just a Spider-Man here fixes that, because that's adding 6 to us, which brings us to 21. And then those two add 0 power here, other than the +4 to Scorpion. So we can just Jugs and Demon for maximum power this location. They've got nothing weird to move. Let's snap them and see if they'll stay in for it. Nope.
Victory.
Yeah. Narjas, 4 Carminados. It's possible, but if I was to look at the stream numbers, which I'm not going to, I would guess that nobody knows who Rubes is or why or where they would be streaming. For bigger streamers, it is a problem. Some people put their stream on like a several minute delay for that purpose, but I personally, it's not a thing that's going to happen to me. And if it does, I will bear it as part of the burden that comes with being a world-famous Snap streamer. Heavy lies the head, so on and so forth. All right, this location sucks. Every time you play a card there, you get rocks in your deck. We've seen the Space Throne. Hopefully we find our Gobbo. We don't know what this is. Angela's going over here, the only place that doesn't suck. Ooh, Morbius. So something... the super flow. If you don't have a card here, you get an energy. You know what? I don't get energy, so neither do you. Polaris is going to pull their Morbius out and make them sad. Yeah, the good people that watch streamers will duck out of chat or whatever when they're actually run into somebody. They were like, aha, I'm going to get all the extra Superflow mana. But now they're going to have their Morbius in the Superflow. This deck is fun and good. What do you think, chat? Is our opponent playing the dog deck that we were playing a minute ago? Oh, gosh. All right. How do we live our life? I really want to play Spider-Man because he got cheap because Polaris. But Rescue's the better choice, I think. Still don't know what we're doing with the Space Throne. Hey, they are the deck that we were playing last time. Okay. And we got Marvel, who is a great combo with Rescue. Is that the best thing we can be doing, though? We could Nightcrawler. Nah, Marvel's the best thing we can be doing. I don't know how we are going to win this. As we're going to beat the crap out of them on the right, obviously. But I don't know how we're winning left or center. Yeah, they got rid of their rock. Okay, it's fine. I didn't want that anyway. They discarded their Hella. That's good for us. And their Hell Cow. Okay. We definitely got him now. Ah, they're out.
Victory.
See, I was going to get to drop Juggernaut into the Space Throne, which means whatever they put in there will get pushed out. I should not have snapped that. That was my mistake. I didn't know if they realized how heavily advantaged I was, but it looks like they did. I thought it might have been a little bit more hidden than that. Oh no, hand filled with random crap. Alright, usually I would save Nightcrawler for Angela, but the Triskelion just gave us a bunch of cards, which means we skipped our draw, but hilariously, these are both in our deck, so we actually don't care. It's fine. We still would like to draw a card though, so we will play Nightcrawler down. And this was made by the Triskelion as well, so they are not a move deck. Did we get Goozled again? Gosh dang it, I hate that location. I mean, some of it's not bad. We are not Goozled as badly as we could be. Let's Angela here. Peek? Why do this to me? Hopefully my opponent doesn't benefit from it. If we're both screwed over, it's fine. If it's only me, that's very sad. Hey, they did the same thing we did. Spider-Man meme. Have a goblin. Almost everybody will return the Spider-Man meme. Both of us got Angela's flipped around by the peak. You know, technically, if the mirror dimension turns into another peak, all my cards will go back to the costs they were before. Because this turns into one of the other two. So we're about to get more crap on turn 4. Or all our cards... all our cards go back. Okay, solid. Our opponent has what's looking at roughly a million... No, you can't be. It's actually illegal. Roughly a million power over here. So we probably won't be looking to beat that. We could pull something out of there, but that seems bad. Let's just leave it alone. We're going to move Nightcrawler to make Spider-Man cost less next turn. And let's... Kingpin center? Kingpin right. Kingpin right. Oh, okay. So they are a discard deck. They are a discard 0 deck. Unless they just randomly got that 0. They did just... Nope. They're a 0 deck. So 0 cancels the ability of the next card they play. Which is kind of wild. Let's Spider-Man Hulkbuster Demon. that means there's still space over here for us to play something next turn if we want to. And then the turn after we can Juggernaut Polaris. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this. They didn't. I do have a very an uncontrollable evil cackle. I can't hold it in. This deck just makes me feel like such an evil super genius. Except when I do really badly, because my brain's bad. But by and large, this is my favorite kind of deck in Marvel Snap. They're just so interactive. There's so many ways to build them. And I am always on the lookout for a new, beautiful way to build a mid-range control-y deck. Yeah, no, I don't like squirrels. I almost certainly am doomed to some sort of chemical industrial accident. Yeah, I don't like squirrels, so you can have it. Yeah, especially on the podcast. It's just so good. All right. Interesting stuff here. Interesting stuff. What do I think they're going to play into? We might be setting up Kingpin on the right here to try and get stuff in there later. Or we might set Juggernaut center or right to try and push things into Hala so our squirrel blows up and we have more space to play cards. Plus, nah, let's do Kingpin. Nicey nice. Very nice for them. That's pretty good. All right, so we get a rescue here. And then next turn we'll play a card down there, potentially Nightcrawler. Ooh. Okay. So we now have a new game to play, which is keep our opponent from playing things to Wong. We're going to do that with the Juggernaut and the Nightcrawler. Hopefully we will pull our arrow out of the deck. We're a 1 in 4 to do that. And that will keep them from playing anything to Wong and make them a sad panda. So we get big rescue. We run them off the location they wanted. And if they were planning on a big Black Panther turn, they have been disappointed. And we have totally cleared this up now because we get to Arrow here, Spider-Man here to win this. They will not be able to add power anywhere else. We will miss the Kingpin animation. You can see his footsteps there, but I'm sure they would like to play to this location, so we're not going to let them. We're going to force them to play left. You're welcome, opponent. Enjoy playing left. They might just give up. Does anything really hose us here? Dr. Doom is fine. I think we're fine. Yeah, we win left and middle. And that's a nice 4-cube win. Thank you, Arrow, for being the 1 in 4 off the top of my deck. Plus, I love your variant. Not as much as this variant, it's so cute. Look at this cute little baby Dr. Doom. This is one of the things I actually really want them to get to, and I hope they do soon. This Dr. Doom art is by an artist named Scotty Young. He is brilliant. He makes some really fun art. And right now, there is nowhere in the game that tells you that this is done by Scotty Young. And that is maybe the worst part of Marvel Snap right now, because it's important that everybody knows who's doing these art. Because honestly, these are beautiful. They're incredible. All of these are just so good. I have a great affection for these cards. Yeah, I know it is on their plan to do, so I'm not as hard on them as I could be, but gosh dang it. Of all the things to miss a launch with, not having artist credit is probably one of the worst. Okay, Crimson Cosmos. We're locked out of 1, 2, and 3 card plays to that location. Unfortunately, that's a lot of our deck, so that location is quite bad for us. Let's hood far right and see what happens. Okay. Tinker's Workshop gave us an extra energy. We can use that. Let's make them negative at this location too. No! Oh boy. Oh honey. We done. Their dog made us keep our goblin. We done now. Goodbye.
Escaped.
Goodbye. Take your cube. Take cube. All right. Let's give this deck a little bit longer, and then we're gonna switch back to a garbage deck because being above 80 is something that I'm allergic to. Okay. Yeah. With it being late on 2, Nightcrawler would have loved you a turn earlier. And no Angela Insight. We're just going to send you over to Monster Metropolis. This ongoing effects is doubled area. That could cause some problems for us depending on what the opponent's doing. We can't take advantage of it. Some opponents can. Gosh, look at their Daredevil. Somebody's played a lot of Daredevil. Okay. Let's get out of Kingpin. Our hand's about to get shuffled back in. Let's see what happens. Wave. Interesting. So Wave is going to make every card cost 4. That means all of us will get to play exactly 1 card, but it can be any card. We can't take good advantage of this, because our only thing above 4 is Arrow, who we really want to save for later. So we are just looking at dropping, I'm thinking Rescue, because she's going to get big to benefit from the Monster Metropolis. Oof, and they dropped a Doom. That doesn't suck for them. Okay. So, Angela, Hood, Viper gives away Hood. Viper's a giver. Viper's not viping. Viper is giving. Viper is evil Hydra Santa Claus. Well, that was dumb. I wonder if we're playing a bot in this match. I hate losing to bots.
Opponent snapped.
Okay. So from what we can see of their deck, I think we have a guaranteed win here. None of these can move on the left. And we can even pull out Nightcrawler and be fine. We can drop the Demon middle to tie that up. Arrow right to pull out anything they play in the middle, unless they play 4 cards. Highly unlikely. And let's see, what else could they possibly be playing? And let's fit the Nightcrawler over here as well, just to hedge our bets. Feel pretty decent about this. I think we've got this. Okay. This is some kind of mid-rangey deck. I'm honestly now, I know I said bot originally because they've got a lot of really good splits. But usually bots decks have a little bit more compositions, so maybe this is just someone dumb. It's something I forgot to add to the Evil Hydra Santa Claus description is sexy. Viper is also very sexy, and we're not going to dwell on that, but it's true. Alright, we're going to play till the top of the hour with this deck, and then we're going to switch to another dumb deck. Ooh, only one. To be honest, this person and I, we have been around for a while. I see only one all the time when I'm playing. There's not that many people up at this rank, so we see a lot of the same faces, and it's honestly kind of cute. Okay, we're going to Angela the center. Nidavellir, we're going to say that's how it's pronounced. Benefits from having a ton of cards there, so does Angela. So let's do the thing they both want to do. Yeah, goodbye, cube friends. If we are very, very lucky, they're going to play into Nidavellir, and Juggernaut will shove their stuff to the murder world. And then one of us is happy, and it's me. So I'm going to snap them. They weren't willing to take the risk. They were just out. I was watching an anime the other day. I don't watch a ton of anime, but I do enjoy the odd anime. This one's on Netflix. It's called Kakegurui. It is an anime about a girl who is an obsessive gambler who goes to a school where everything is controlled by gambling. Which, you know, that's honestly about as anime as it gets. It's always about something running the world that's weird to run the world. Anyway, the main character here. Yeah, so fair warning. It's got, I'm going to say, a lot of, not sex, but sexual content in it. As far as some of the characters seem to get kind of... You gonna snap me here? Alright. I'm going to Juggernaut you into putting rocks into your deck. Anyway, some people tend to get kind of turned on by their gambling in that game.
Wind,
which
aid my hand.
it's demonstrated. Let's see. Let's Polaris into here. We're not going to rescue in there as much as we would like to because we couldn't follow it up. Hopefully we'll pull their Ninja to help us beat it. Maybe we'll pull their Angela, which is also fine. And we can send our Nightcrawler and our Marvel over there later to help win. Yeah, that's probably true. They shoved us out. That's fine too. It's what they don't know that we know. Ooh. Have some crap. What they don't know that we know is that we have a Captain Marvel for the last turn who will win the flooded location. Speaking of that, is it more intelligent to do this differently? Yes, it is. It is. Can't do that. So if we move Nightcrawler, it could get sent over by Viper. You know what? No risk, no reward. Because we effectively want to win here, center, and then have Marvel win right. This is probably fine. Yeah, no, it's, I mean, I have only seen a little bit of Food Wars. It is pretty sexual. Oh, wow. Well, we just, yeah, you know what? We made all the wrong decisions here. And now we pay for it. Oof. We could have sent that Nightcrawler right. Don't know why I wasn't thinking about it, except I was thinking about Kakegurui. Anyway, The main character from Kakiguri, let's finish this before I lose another game, so I'm thinking about the wrong thing. She's always trying to tell all these other characters, gamble with me, you know, get into this stupid bet. And she just gets off on it, like, in lots of ways, in making insane bets. And every time I snap in Marvel Snap, I get a little bit of that adrenaline going, where I'm like, okay, come with me on this journey. And when they say no, I get sad, which is also what the girl in Kakiguri does. So, you know, secretly gambling addicted anime schoolgirl. But it is a good show. If you like weird anime, it is great. It has some good protagonists, but yeah, adult content warning. It reminded me of when I was, you know, playing Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. Really? This thing again? We don't like this thing. Or watching Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid and just feeling all of the emotions over fictional games. It's got that sort of feel, but it's a lot more varied and a lot more clever than Yu-Gi-Oh ever was. Sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh fans, it's true. I like Yu-Gi-Oh still. I tried watching it the other day. Couldn't quite. It didn't hit the same, you know. It just didn't hit the same. All right. So speaking of common decks, we are almost certainly here looking at a different version of Destroyer Spectrum, like we were playing earlier. That is a little bit of a hard matchup for us, but we do have our arrow to force them to make dumb decisions on the last turn. And we do have a lot of power center where they're pretty spread out. And Captain Marvel can jump. Not being able to play into the Crimson Cosmos with Juggernaut is going to be a sad day. But interesting. All right. How do we win this? How do we win this? They're probably just straight Spectrum. Or at least, if they aren't, it would be terrible for them to play a Destroyer here. How can we screw up a straight Spectrum play? Can we? We could arrow them here. Or it could be an Onslaught. That wouldn't be that good for them. If we arrow here, Nightcrawler here, then they only get +2 in the center. Don't care about how much here. And Captain Marvel can jump. Crowfit, you might be right. I'm curious to see what they're going to do, so I'm snapping. And let's make them have it.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
Victory.
Yeah, that's why Captain Marvel is so good. I could look at the board and know that even though I was locked into playing my Captain Marvel on Rescue, she would be able to jump to beat a Spectrum on the right. Let's level our good girl.
Animated.
Yeah, there are some really good Captain Marvel variants that I will probably end up paying Ben Brode money for, but this one's also just really good. All right, we have reached the end of the hour, and like I said, it is time to choose something dumb to play next. Crowfoot, how is the tournament going? So our next dumb list, this is called Domed. Two 2-1. That's not bad. What's the break in order to get into day 2? Six 2. Well, I believe in you. I think you can do it. Yeah, Miss Maybay. Higher, further, faster. It's the Air Force slogan, right? So that's got some inherently iffy stuff to it. It is... Everything about Captain Marvel's been effectively repainted in the colors of the movie because it was made to be really, raw feminism, which is great, and I enjoyed that. And I apply higher, further, faster to women in general, as opposed to just the Air Force, and I like it that way. I like what she stands for that way. The imperialist message of it being an Air Force motto. It's complicated. Anyway, let's talk about this deck. So this deck is called Domed. Speaking of mild sexual content, because Agatha Harkness is our dominatrix in this deck. She plays the game for us. She costs 6. She has 14 powers, so she's a bit above rate, not as much as Destroyer. With the special rule, she starts in your hand and plays the game for you. Now this means that she gives you a 4th card to start with, which is fantastic. The way she plays cards for you is totally at random, except she will play herself if possible. So this deck is built around trying to get her out of your hand as early as possible, so you can benefit from having an extra card, extra consistency, but not dealing with Agatha telling you what to do the whole game. Wow, 16 matches with 1 pool? I hate it, thanks. We have a few more tools to help Agatha do what we want. America Chavez, only drawn on turn 6. So effectively, we now have a 10-card deck. That means every draw has a 10% chance. Oh, yes. Thank you. This is why it's good to have friends. They take good care of you. Anyway, because with America Chavez and Agatha Harkness effectively out of our deck until turn 6, we have a 10% chance to draw all of our other cards on any given draw. We're changing that again with Domino, because Domino always comes in on turn 2. What we really want is on turn 3 to have Wave or Lady Sif. So with a sample size, we're going to do some hypergeometry. With a sample size of 9, our population is 9. Our sample size to draw by turn 3 minus Domino, so it's 3 in your starting hand plus 3 more draws minus Domino is 5. So we're looking at about a 78% chance to have at least one of Wave or Sif in our hand by turn 3, which will then discard Agatha and we can play the rest of the game on our own. We've got Jubilee because we've got a lot of good things we can pull out of our deck. Our 4s are pretty stacked. And we have Sarah to reduce the card cost by 1 so that we can theoretically play multiple things on turn 6 like Shang-Chi and Enchantress, who are powerful tech cards. And of course, Captain Marvel, because she will go wherever she wants to go, so even if Agatha has screwed you over, at least Captain Marvel can do something smart. All right. I just brewed this one yesterday. We haven't played it. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, the prize is so big though, right? You're at the get a Black Lotus. I would play 16 matches on a sealed pool for a Black Lotus. Excuse me, folks. I am getting phlegmy. All right, we have no plays on turn 1. We never will. We do have Wave, so we will get Agatha coming down early. Duly noted again, Liam is a bot name.
Lucky.
Gosh dang it. Agatha, if Agatha plays Wave into the Dark Dimension, then the effect doesn't go off. Please, Agatha, do not play Wave to the Dark Dimension. I don't want this. Please. Do not. Do not. You have 2 other locations. Please. Ugh. Okay. Okay. So this means Agatha's going to go down to cost 4 and we'll get to play the game. Yeah, this could be bot against bot. If it is a first name and has one of the starter profiles, this could be a bot. So let's see if we can beat a bot. Hello, Dr. Crossroads. Thank you for tuning in. We are currently being dommed by Agatha Harkness, but she just left our hand. So we will now get to play the rest of the game on our own. That was a weird bug. Yeah, this is absolutely a bot. Let's do our best to not lose to the bot, because that would be embarrassing. All right. If we had a 2-drop, we would be Lady Siffing here, because later we could Ghost Rider to get our Captain Marvel back. This feels like an awkward turn for us. Let's just Captain Marvel here where their Kraven is, so it doesn't accidentally move and power up their Kraven later. And I don't know what would happen if we played it in the Dark Dimension. I don't know if it would go off. Should we do the science? Let's do the science. Let's find out if it'll go off if it's in the Dark Dimension. We are already doing stupid things. We may as well just enjoy it. Alright. So we have guaranteed Chavez there. This is super awkward without our Sarah. And duly noted, our deck size is 2. So we have very good chances to draw our Sarah. But we didn't. I don't know. We're going to find out if we end up needing to. I think we're... No, we don't Jones here, because last turn we can Lady Sif Ghost Rider. So we Jessica Jones. Right? Right. We Jessica Jones right. Yeah, that's fine. I feel really good about this. The Lady Sif Ghost Rider is a good combo. Okay. So we can't possibly beat 21 power here, and we need space for our America to go into. So, do we have to change our plans? Our tech cards help us not at all. We cannot play into Xandar without depowering our Jessica. Yeah, so we Lady Sif here, Ghost Rider here, and let's find out how science works. Agatha, Captain. I love that Ghost Rider animation.
Victory.
And we did not get a chance to find out the science on that. Beautiful. Something else interesting about Agatha, she always takes the boosters when you play her. She is, yeah, like I said, she is definitely the dominatrix of our deck. We are, Crowfoot, we are starting to see more move decks as people are moving out of Pool 2 into Pool 3, because they don't know better yet. Alright, we've got our wave, so we will get our Agatha out of our hand on 4, barring unfortunate things.
Right on time.
Yep, go ahead, Agatha, that's fine. And there is the Beast Bounce deck. Wow. Interesting. I think I like that better, actually. This lets me use Ghost Rider later. Am I going to run out of cards to draw? Okay. 3 cards left in our deck. What are they? What are they? What are they? Definitely one of them's Jessica Jones. One of them is... One of them is Captain Marvel. Let's find out what the last card is, because those would both be good to draw, and Jubilee's not going to. Oh, Shang-Chi. That's the last one.
Clear for takeoff.
Alright. So we're going to play Sarah here, which means we'll be able to play 2 4s on the last turn, which is Shang-Chi and Ghost Rider if they give us a good target. Okay. So we don't have a good target. How many things have they destroyed? We can check up here. They've destroyed nothing. Oh, are they possibly just another Agatha deck? Is that possible? Yeah, Crowfoot, we are built to have a really good curve. We're flipping first, so let's just drop the Enchantress over here and hope Captain Marvel can cover our mistakes. Or do we switch that around so that Marvel can better cover our mistakes? Nope, not Agatha here. Oh no, our Sarah. I know too many people named Sarah. This is a weird thing. Yeah, I guess our Captain Marvel didn't move because we would have lost the tiebreaker. That was interesting. I'm not exactly sure what my opponent was trying to do there. I wonder if Jessica Jones isn't the right 4. Hey, Jeff Hoagland. I've stolen lots of decks from you. Oh, this is great. We're in good stuff here. Wonder what Jeff is playing today. Okay. Decent cards.
What are the
Deck.
odds?
Yeah, that sounds right. So if we are very, very lucky, Lady Sif doesn't play into Carmitage. If we are very, very lucky. Agatha, listen to me. Dear. Agatha, sweetheart. We can't keep doing this to each other. It's fine. I didn't want that anyway. I mean, we Ghost Rider... Oh, we just Ghost Rider Carmitage, right? Haha. It's all fine. We're all fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, snap.
We're gonna snap it. Yeah, no, you saw that line before I did. It was living in my brain somewhere, because first I really wanted Sif to go mid, but then I didn't, because I was like, oh, I don't have Hela. Anyway, this worked out well. Interesting. Huh. I know this was a deck type he was messing with the other day. I was too. So effectively, it's play a bunch of cheap things and ways to reduce their cost in Moon Girl. And then in the last turn, just like vomit your hand onto the table because you've Moon Girled a bunch of cheap things. It's a really cool deck. I wanted to have a good version to play on stream today, but I couldn't make one that I was happy with. All right. We are going first. Our tech cards are useless again. We cannot play into the Jessica path because we want to boost her. We have 2 cards left, which are Captain Marvel and what else, guys? I don't have my screenshot up. Captain Marvel and Lady Sif. So if we Jubilee Enchantress, that's like the best we can do. Oh, Wave, yeah. We're probably out on this, but you know what? Let's try it. They're going to have a real hard time beating us mid. We got the Captain Marvel. That has a decent chance of saving us. Hey, we took it. No, we didn't. Gosh dang it, their bishop got too big. Ah, no. Dang it. We deserve to lose that. Honestly, we deserved that. And I didn't think about the I didn't think about the Hidden Mysterio. Yeah, he did. I mean, he deserves it. Like I said, I have stolen roughly 1 million of my deck ideas from him. Well, I mean, we got our wave again. Like I said, with this deck build, we do have more than 70% chance to get our 3s on time. So let's hope nothing stupid happens and we can have a good game. I'm not totally sold on this. I like the concept, but the 4s might need to be switched around. Oh, we're against Jeff again. I didn't even notice this time. You know, after you meet your heroes once, it's just, you know, it doesn't matter again. It's just like, yep, you're Tom Cruise. That's cool, I guess. Do we need to snap immediately to assert dominance? That's the real question. Okay. Listen, Agatha, I know we're not always friends. I need you to play yourself to Sinister London, please. It's fine. That's fine. Huh. We just did a little dance. Agatha, Sinister London. I know you have choices in... Gosh dang it, Agatha! That was the worst place you could have gone. Hey! Does that work? No, it doesn't work. Gosh dang it! Yep, no, it's fine. It's fine. We do get to... oh, they're playing the deck I was playing earlier. Remember I told you, Jeff, I stole that idea from him? Yeah. This is the new moves deck, which he calls something else. Yeah, so we Sarah here and get all their cards at a -2 cost. That's pretty good for us, right?
Oh, snap.
And at the very least, it's only 1 cube to miss. Because they'll only be able to play one of my cards. And I'll be able to play literally whatever's in his hand. Stop it! Stop doing the thing that I was doing a second ago. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. How do we feel about Chavez Miles? Is that our best thing here? Or is it... yeah, he's out.
Victory.
He's out. Oh, this deck, I'm not going to lie to you. I am almost certainly going to find footage of him playing this and steal it because it looks like it combines two really interesting things. Good job, Agatha. Way to win games through your domination. Win back half our cubes from Debt Jeff. Hey, we got Wave. We got Mojo World, which this deck doesn't really care for. Got Hala, so in... Thank you, Domino. I love my Domino variant. This is one of my favorites. It's beautiful. Jeffrey Bezos. All right. Dream Dimension sucks. Dream Dimension always sucks. It is the worst. Where do we think Agatha decides to play herself this time? And we don't get to play our Sarah because of Dream Dimension. What if we get lucky and they play into Hala? That would be fun, right? Gosh dang it! Never mind. It's not fun anymore. Yeah, that was the battle of the streamers. It's 1-on-1, so unclear who's going to be the ultimate champion. All right. We're on Jubilee here, right? Yeah, we're on Jubilee here. America? America. God bless America. But only specifically this America. They played Adam Warlock. He's interesting. I don't know. Alright. Our best play here is just Sarah into Mojo Worlds and hope they can't do better. So we are flipping first. We have no Shang-Chi targets. Man, I've seen no Shang-Chi targets all day long. This feels right. You know what? Nothing wagered, nothing won. Gosh, I'm going to get just rinsed off, aren't I? Oh, well, yeah, we'll take that. We take those.
Victory.
Hey guys, are we doing our best winning with Agatha? Is that what's happening? So they played Leader last, which is one of the weird cards in the game. What it does is it copies whatever your opponent does. That was a terrible place for them to play Leader because they were behind on every path. Like, Leader cannot win you the game when you're behind that way. Like, that was a really weird Leader play. If you're ahead on paths and your opponent's just playing stats, it's great, but that was literally just the worst Leader play they could have done. I don't know. That was a weird time. All right, we got Sif Rider. Oh my goodness. Do not play my Lady Sif into nowhere. Agatha, dear. Oh, and we don't get the free draw from Hell's Kitchen. They do. Nowhere stops effects on reveals from happening. If Lady Sif goes there, Agatha gets to play the whole darn game by herself. Oh. Agatha, darling, please. Gosh, dang it, Agatha! What is your damage? It's a TVA game, so at least our suffering won't be long. Yeah, everybody remember watching that show, Loki? That's what this does.
Time's up.
Also, there's... Yeah, sure, Agatha, make the worst possible play. As long as they don't snap, it doesn't matter, because cubes don't double. We're just losing one no matter what. What a surprise. We lost. But at least we're going to get to see a cool animation from the Loki TV show, as this timeline is wiped from existence, and so is my cube. All right. She's getting a lot of boosties for herself. I like the concept of Agatha being a dominatrix probably more than I should, the way her card is designed. If I ever get a sexy Agatha variant available to me, I mean more sexy, because already pretty good, I will buy it, and we'll play a lot of Agatha. Got Sif Ghost Rider. Our opponent snapped on New York. Yeah, Krofa, I've been sitting around rank 80 since like the beginning of this week. I got to 80 pretty quickly, and then I've been playing bad decks and trying things. Agatha, you played to Muir Island. That was the best place you could have played. I'm so proud of you. Good job. Hey. Spider-Man meme. Okay. Listen to me very carefully. Yeah. Superflow just destroyed everything. Wow. Dang it, Agatha! I give you a little bit of praise and you go and screw up the whole plan. Yeah, because the Superflow came up, Agatha wasn't forced to play one of my threes, so she didn't. I mean, I kind of get it. Like, gothy mom with infinite power is... I'm not going to say it's not hot. Yeah, and we just totally... we totally screwed up our Jessica, Agatha. Literally the worst thing you could do. You piece of crap. But hey, guess what? We get to eat their Infinite with our Shang-Chi. Are they going to send things to New York? Gosh, I hate New York. New York makes this such a crapshoot. Such a crapshoot. So we are doing Shang-Chi and Sif as our plays. It's either Shang-Chi New York and send Domino over there. I feel like this is what they're going to do. I feel like I have a soul read into it. They didn't. Wow. That was a great place to get leader, nerd. Oh, that was a good place to play leader. That was a very good place to play leader. Yeah. I mean, the question was, and it was a decent question. How smart are they? Because if you're smart, I think you pull Infinite out, right? Maybe not. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Like, it's the less likely play to do. But I think it's the more correct play. I think it's correct. Alright, I think just because we did have a friendo in here earlier who was interested in seeing different Pool 3 decks, we will probably swap decks after this and end up with a my favorite Patriot build. And we'll run that back for another 20 minutes or so before we call it a night. But we do have some more streaming going on later today. Yep, Domino there's fine. We have Lady Sif and Wave, so one way or another, Agatha's getting out of our hand. Yeah, maybe we do just like being fancy. Maybe that was just like the wrong play no matter what. I don't know. It seems... It just seemed to me, gosh dang it. Lemuria means that we are not getting Agatha out of our hand yet. Because this will not flip up. I feel like as much as I've designed this to let Agatha take control as little as possible, sure, we're certainly not going to need that for the probably Cerebro 2 deck that they are. It's fine, Agatha. It's fine. Nope, they're not Cerebro 2. Alright. Let's, I think it's correct to Ghost Rider to get our Agatha on the right. Because that's where they're... let's do it to the blank area. Let's do it here. That feels right. Okay, what they got? I do not know. Hobbo Gobbo. Alright. We can do nothing about a Hobbo Gobbo. I think we marvel here, and it will jump to Lemuria if they fail to play enough there. Because I doubt that they're going to play enough to beat Captain Marvel in both of these paths. Chavez is technically more, but I feel fairly confident in the Marvel. Things said moments before disaster. Dang it. This is why I don't get out of the 80s. Whereas if I had just committed America to either one of those, we would have won. So, I don't know. That was probably a bad play. I mean, we lost, which doesn't make it a bad play. Let's not conflate losing with being a bad play, with making bad plays. But that one was a bad play. All right. We are 20 minutes out to when we said we would end the stream. We are going to switch one last deck. And unlike all the other decks that I have cribbed from Jeff, instead I gave this one to Jeff and he cribbed it from me. So let's play Merca. This deck is based around the card Patriot. Patriot wants all of your other cards that have no powers, and he gives each of them +2 power. That's pretty sweet. We've got a few ways to take advantage of this. Our very awesome Mystique will copy our Patriot ability, so then all of our ability-less things get +4. We have Blue Marvel, who gives all of our other characters +1, and Nova, who when he dies gives all of our other guys on the field +1. The rest of the deck is things like Mr. Sinister, who makes a clone of himself, Mysterio, who sets up his different illusions, and Brood, who drops extra broodlings so that we have more things on the board to get boosted up by our effectively 3 different ways: Patriot, Nova, Blue Marvel, plus our copy on Mystique, and then Onslaught to double all those again. And hopefully that gives us enough power going around that we can win some matches. And let's see if we could get up to rank 84 before we call it a day. So let's play sweaty, let's play smart, and let's lose some more matches until I just rage quit. All right. This is not a great start because we have none of our buffs. And New York is a freaking monkey wrench that does New York things. I cannot get good. Ooh. I might be able to get something fun into Bar Sinister, though. This is dumb. So when you play a card here, fill the location with copies of it. We would love to get a Blue Marvel or a Patriot into Bar Sinister, I think is the best thing this deck could do. We cannot play our Mysterio because the copy would go to Bar Sinister and make Mysterio copies. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's Sinister right and hope we don't regret it. Okay. Everybody say it with me. We know this is a Spectrum Destroyer deck like the first one we were playing. Oh, well. Interesting. They snapped us here. Huh. I kind of want to get the Killmonger going on their Ant-Man. But I feel like we've got some other weird things we can do. I said we were just going to play Sweaty, but... oh, it's a good Brood variant, right? So we're going to play Sweaty, but I lied. We are going to play Risky. We are hoping to draw our... we are hoping to draw our Nova so that we can blow it up with Killmonger after filling... I love this game. This was pre-recorded, so thank you all for showing up. This is going to be fun. I like this. All right. This should work out, right? It's very possible that I actually should have played my Killmonger into Death's Domain. That would have probably been the more correct play here. He's a green Squirtle. Anyway, so that's what Bar Sinister does. And that's why I wanted to draw... Hello! God bless America. I hope I don't regret this. They are confident. I wonder what they're gonna do. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see the thing. What do they got? Like, we can be beat here. There are things that beat us here.
I am Iron Man.
That's not one of them.
I am Iron Man.
Huh.
I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
Oh, they get to push those out into New York. Clever, clever. No, they could push those to New York. We might be totally rinsed here, actually. Oh, I totally missed that. So if I was them, I move 3 Iron Man into New York, and then I drop Spectrum, and the amount of power is like stupid high. I don't think I win that. Oh wow. Yeah, we could have gotten some real dumb stuff going on if I'd remembered New York, because we could have left some space open to send Blue Marvels in and then onslaughted the rest. Oh well, we done. We lose.
Escaped.
I guess for the content, I should have just let that happen. I didn't. You're right. You are right, Leon Fi. I should have just let it happen. I should have just laid back and let it happen. Just like my mom always said. Oh, good. Speaking of laying back and letting it happen, 5 rocks into each deck. Love that. Yeah, do you think I was a coward? I think I was a coward. We did the coward thing. Let's put the real Mysterio in here. And if we can draw some things that are not rocks, that would be nice. I mean, I did say I was going to try and play Sweaty for a while. Stop it. I didn't want to do that. All right. Well, here's the good news, bad news. I'm going to allow you to say coward. Good news, bad news is they're probably Cerebro 2 and Monster Metropolis screws them the heck up unless they draw their Storm. Bad news, we are locked out of our right-hand location already.
Wind, aid my hand.
That is not what I would have done. All right.
Oh, snap.
We're snapping them because they are Cerebro 2, and they either have to abandon Monster Metropolis or have their deck not work properly. So let's see how this goes. We are hoping to draw a Patriot in our last 2 draws. We're not playing any of those. We need Patriot or Blue Marvel. We really, really need Patriot. And thanks to the Mystique. Ah, gosh dang it. Okay. Okay. Yep. So long, folks. I do not regret that snap. It was a totally reasonable snap to make, because they probably didn't have much either, but the problem is I had even less. Love this Blue Marvel variant, by the way. Just got this one. This is the Blue Marvel from when he stopped the Infinite coming into Earth. We've seen the Infinite a few times tonight, but Infinite is a Marvel character. Hey guys, remember how we stopped playing Agatha?
This is my domain.
Ego is Agatha, but for both players as a location. There is literally no way this goes well for us. Everyone just gets egoed. If we snap, do they run away? Okay, Ego. I need you to do something very specific for me, and that is not play Mystique before you play Patriot. That Daredevil's gonna do you nothing this game, son. Nothing. Gosh dang it, Ego. You son of a... Why do I play this stupid game? It's full of stupid people. Oh, good. Okay. Patriot.
Opponent snap.
Yeah, you know what? It's fine, opponent. We have so much left in us. We're going to get Blue Marvel down to Sinister London, and we're going to be the happiest boy. Yeah, you got freaking Shang-Chi to Sinister London. That did nothing. That doesn't suck. It's not great, but it doesn't suck. Listen, you're filling up all my locations so that you play Blue Marvel to Sinister London and we win. Listen to me very carefully. I would also accept Brood. Gosh dang it. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Did you... My Blue Marvel was supposed to do that. That was supposed to be my Blue Marvel.
All systems go.
That was supposed to be my Blue Marvel. Why did you do this? Do not play Hood. Okay. Oh, Ego, why are you the way you are? You know what? It's 8 cubes. The real Mysterio's here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So anyway, guys, that's why you're not supposed to do what I did. But I don't regret it. It's fine. It's all fine. I didn't work hard for those cubes. Agatha got them for me. The real Mysterio did stand up, but he was not tall enough. And then he got slapped down by carnage-eyed Spider-Woman, and I continue to make bad plays, even when I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be really serious about this game. I just can't help myself. It's so fun. It's so fun to just feel something. Ooh, okay. We're feeling pretty good about this. We get a Sinister here. We've got our Patriot, our Blue Marvel, and our Onslaught. So now we just draw a few things that... I don't know about you guys, but I think this brood's looking a little weird. I think they might all turn into Hulk.
Oh, snap.
Do I snap every game? No. Do I snap most games? Maybe.
Victory.
Coward. I was willing to get on this beautiful gamble game with you, Mr. Bliss, and you said no. Coward. Yeah, I'm gonna get Twitch censored for coward. All right, we've probably got 2 more in the tank, and we will give it an end. Ooh, all right. Nexus is interesting. Your power here is granted to your other locations as well. My opponent feels very confident about this. So if we get Brood in there... Ooh, his eyes light up. Nice. I like this Brood. Anyway, if we get Brood in there... I'd love to know what artist did him, but Marvel Snap doesn't tell me yet. If we get Brood in there and then we buff the heck out of him... No, please. Why? It's fine. That'll work out fine. And then we buff the heck out of him. We'll have a lot of power across everything. Yeah. I feel solid about this choice. It is not going to come back to bite me in the butt. Definitely not going to bite me in the butt. So our opponent is a Devil Dinosaur deck. If they want to get a lot of cards in their hand, they were actually the first deck we played against today. And they're back. Okay, we've got 5 cards left in our deck. We've got 2 more draws. Because the question is, do we play the Hood at the big house? I think the answer is yes, actually. And then we'll Patriot here. I don't love that they filled my last spot there with a Green Goblin. I really wanted to get that demon in there. And we are not going to play anything to this last location because we would like to see what we draw. And everything in our hand is fairly cheap to play, so we can wait on it. Could fill that up with Mysterio, but I would rather... Yeah, I think I'd rather wait. See what we pull. So this dinosaur is big, because their hand is big. And that's why we waited, because now we get to... Yep, can Onslaught there. Alright. So we Carnage this space, Demon this space... Carnage this space, Demon this space, Mysterio this space. Yeah, that's best. Alright. We're going to add some more power to all our locations with Carnage eating Nova. Curious what they'll play here. They could definitely get us. That's not out of the realm of possibility. That's not much more power. That was actually worse than not doing anything because it powered down their Devil Dino. Oh, well, that makes a big difference. that Moon Girl was... yeah, that was probably predictable. But we are going to end the stream now, all the way back down at level 80 where we started. So I hope you enjoyed the carousel of me gaining and losing ranks. Short, Marvel Snap is a beautiful game. I hope we got to see some of the cool decks that you can build in the high expansion levels. I'm so excited to continue playing this game and doing weird things. And we have another stream coming up later tonight, I believe. Who do we have coming up next? We have Soup playing a thing. Am I right? All right. Soup will be playing Call of Duty again. All right. Well, check our streaming schedule. I'm a little bit afraid of this computer. It's not mine, so I'm not going to try and find it. And we will catch you in a few hours. In the meantime, everybody have a great day.